All right, so we are going to do our presentation over the company Tesla. My name is Ethan,
My name is Brett.
My name is Ian.
My name is Seth.
and our mentor is Ben Bost. He is the founder and the owner of a contracting company in the greater Chattanooga area. So basically in our presentation, we will be going over Tesla's strategic planning process and how they have developed that and how it will fit into the company. So first we're going to go over kind of like just the process, what it is, and how all companies should develop one. And then we're going to apply that to Tesla specifically. And then we're going to look at Tesla's SWOT analysis, so their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. And then we're going to do a competitor analysis and look at the company Ford, which is also in the electric vehicle and the automotive industry. So for the strategic planning process, you have you want to start with modeling, and modeling is looking at the customer value proposition, key resources, key processes, and the profit formula. And so the key resources and key processes, they work together to drive the customer value proposition, and that creates the profit formula. And then you have formulation. So if you go back to the first frame, yeah. So then you have formulation. So that is developing, you're actually forming the actual strategy for your company. So you want to do a SWOT analysis of your company. You want to look at strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you want to develop a strategy based off of these and based off how they work together and the relationships within those. And I'm gonna let Ian and Seth kind of take over and tell you about Tesla's strategy.
So the main focus of Tesla strategy is their innovative technology. So they were the first company to kind of commercialize and be a big player in the electric vehicle market. So their central focus is their innovative technology, and they have kind of four big marketing pushes. And one being their market position is they offer brands or they offer models that are applicable to different levels of income. And based on the type of vehicle you're looking for, there will be certain features that come in that vehicle. Um, and the next market position that they push is their design. They have a very minimalistic and specific design that is sets them apart from other electric vehicles.
One of their main things is their sustainability and how this is big on their whole brand in general, and their emphasis on promoting clean energy solutions even beyond their electric vehicles. That includes their battery technology and just basically what Tesla is known for, and they've built a community around this. One of their other four key things is their performance, and they're known for having some of the fastest electric cars in the game, going 0 to 60, and most of their models are known as sports cars as well. So
Seth, could you go back to the first slide and then I can talk about our competitor analysis?
yeah,
Um, so for research and innovation, Tesla obviously excels in innovation. That is their pride and foundation of their company. What they work through most through their leadership, obviously Elon Musk. Tesla is in some senses brainchild, and the research that he does and his team does really paves the way for the electric vehicle industry. And subsequently, all the other companies are kind of scrambling to get caught up with the game. Now, where Ford differentiates from that is where Ford is starting to get into their electric vehicles, implementing it into their SUVs, sedans, and now their S series as well. But so Ford was very late to the game, and due to kind of some business problems they had with demand and their business image, they suffered because of that. And so getting into the game a little late has hurt them in the innovation sense, but their research and development is catching up, just like all the other companies. Whereas Tesla, since their pride is innovation, they do work a lot to maintain that differentiation and to stay different in their electric vehicle market, where that's the only market that they're in. But in order to stay different, they are high end and luxury. And so going into that, their branding. Tesla has a very well known brand. They have a cult following, and they're known globally for their electric vehicles, and not just for their electric vehicles, but for their very high end luxury status. Ford is also globally known, but it is more of a gas trucks and cars. They're known for getting the job done, the kind of Americanized image of a vehicle. And so where Tesla kind of deviates and is more luxury and high end and customized, where Ford is also customizable, they're not as high end, even though they have a lot more history and long-standing reputation than Tesla does. And finally, financially, Tesla has a huge advantage in financial strength, although they do not make as much yearly as Ford does. Tesla makes a lot of money, but they struggle with meeting demand. They have a big supply chain problem. And so that is kind of the only capper on their company that forces them to not meet as many customers' demand. They have a 2-year back order on their new Cybertruck. Um, Ford took a big hit with the auto workers strike a couple years ago, but financially they're working to rebuild it. And by 2030, their goal is to have all electric vehicles. So that's kind of a competitor analysis between Tesla and Ford. And yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about Tesla's business model and how their strategy fits their company. So, in order to understand their business model, the first thing we're going to talk about is their customer value proposition. And a value proposition is what a company offers to the consumer that makes their product or service attractive. And Tesla's customer value proposition is their differentiation. Tesla has set out to be a different product than the rest of the vehicles on the market. And like we talked about earlier, with innovative technology being the center of their strategy, that comes out in their customer value proposition. You can go to the next slide now. So the next thing we're going to talk about is their key resources and key processes. So some key resources that Tesla has is their brand image, their facilities. They have a lot of facilities and they have implemented a lot of vertical integration. However, that has impacted their supply chain problems and their battery technology and certain features like autonomous driving and their advancements in the technological things they offer compared to other electric vehicles. And their key activities are going to be their brain power, their R&D design, all of their patents, and their manufacturing and sales. The next is the life cycle portfolio matrix. So here you can see, I'm just going to talk about the top 4 models that Tesla puts out. Their Model Y is their biggest car on the market. They're in the competitive shakeout right now, which means that it is currently growing and has not reached maturity yet. Their Model 3 is in uh, the same competitive shakeout group, but it has about like an average demand, whereas the demand for the Model Y is much higher. Model X similar to the Model 3, but it's been out longer and it's closer to the maturity stage in its life cycle portfolio. And of course, the Cybertruck, the demand for it is very high, but is still in the developmental stage. So Tesla, well, all products offer different levels of dimensions of value. The first being functional and vocation. So Tesla offers a product that is it's an environmentally friendly car, and it serves the purpose of one, bettering the environment, and two, serving the purpose of your everyday car. It does reach the emotional level of the dimensions of value. Certain people